In today's video, I'm going to talk about what I wore last week. And the weather in the UK was a little bit mixed. We had a few hot days and cold nights, and we had some cold days as well. So I used practical outfits for keeping me warm at home and a little bit of entertaining as well. Now, I started off the week using my sienna straights from Marks and Spencer's, and you know, I bought them recently and I've altered them recently. I've taken them up because of sienna straights. You and I love them, but they are coming up long. Marks and Spencer sienna straights. So these are wrinkly at the moment because I wore them and washed them. And they're currently in my ironing pile. And in fact, the lovely turn up that I did, that I demonstrated how I did, is a little bit unrolled here because it needs ironing up. But I had sewn it either side and the stitching's still there. I just need to iron them. So a couple of outfits using these. Right, you want to see the outfits, only not me mumbling on about my sienna straights. And anyway, there'll be a link down below to them. But still, and a link up here to how I altered them. So how did I wear those sienna straights? Well, let's go and have a look at my trusty rail here. First of all, I used my Marks and Spencer's grey fleecy top, very warm and cosy, and I wore it on its own. You know, during the day, it was a little bit warmish out in the sunshine. And because I had family over, I added some Vince Camuto ankle boots. I am adoring these. And I bought these a couple of years ago. And actually, they're too high for me to walk very far in. Big heel. Not my sort of heel for walking, I can tell you, but I do feel good wearing them. And so if I'm either being driven somewhere, which hasn't been happening recently, as you know, for about 15 months, and or if I've got people over here, which hasn't been happening for about 15 months, with the odd exception. But we're out of lockdown now, and we can actually have 6 people around, or including ourselves. So I took the advantage of entertaining at my own garden and wearing the boots because I didn't have to walk other than from the kitchen to the patio. I could manage that in those. Anyway, I felt really good in these. So I wore them with the grey sienna jeans and the top. But then it got a little bit chilly, so I added my navy blue gilet vest over the top. Then the evening came and it was even chillier, sitting around a table, and I tucked over the top a poncho. And this comes from TJC, which used to be called the Jewellery Channel, and I bought it recently. That it's I don't know that it's necessarily available now, but if I find something, I'll put a link down below. There may be available something like this from Amazon, and in which case, yeah, I'll put a link down below. But I found a poncho like this, nice and cozy poncho, really easy, and it's got a hood. It's got a hood, really easy way of keeping warm when the sun's gone down and the chill factors come in and you're sitting around the table. Even if you've got fires on, it's still not quite warm enough and you want to cozy up. So layering this but then over the top of your jumpers and so on, I found brilliant. So I added that over the top, using that with my sienna jeans and the grey fleece underneath. Then this week I also used a sweatshirt. This one is a dark grey and it has a black design on it. So what I did was, one day I just wore it very simply with black jeans, front tuck, skinny jeans. We all know we still like our skinny jeans, and I know you like your skinny jeans too, and many of you aren't moving on from your skinny jeans either. So we do still have our skinny jean love. So black jeans, picking up the black on the sweatshirt, front tuck, simple, at home. Then I also picked out the grey by using my grey sienna straights again. And again, a front tuck. Very simple. We love this look, so we're sticking with it. We still all are doing our front tucks as well. Skinny jeans and front tucks, although the sienna straights and straights are sienna straights. But what I also wanted to do was actually have a look at a more modern way of wearing a sweatshirt. So I went through Pinterest and found my exact same sweatshirt from Harry and the Gang. And I don't believe it's available anymore. I did buy it a few years ago. But what I decided to do is actually wear it in the same manner as it's being shown on Harry and the Gang's website. So I used a snake print belt, I used light indigo jeans, and I added some bracelets as in the picture. Now in the picture, you can't actually see what else is being worn, you know, footwear and so on. But I thought, okay, so I'm wearing some slightly cropped, straight, modern, light indigo jeans. I would add white trainers to this. A lightweight cut, not heavy duty white trainer, not a sports one, but a lightweight cut white trainer. And I felt then that with my sleeves pushed up and adding bracelets, I'm adding a bit of a more of a dressier look to a sweatshirt, which I felt very comfortable in. And I felt, well, that actually made it right for me. So at my age, and I felt very comfortable in that. And I didn't feel like I was a 16-year-old or my old 16-year-old self going around in a jeans and a sweatshirt. I felt a bit more current in it. So if you've got a sweatshirt and you sometimes get that vibe, you're thinking, I feel like I'm my 16-year-old self. Try it, you know, with a modern cut jean, and try just adding some bracelets with it and see what happens, see if you feel better about it. So that is my tip regarding a sweatshirt that might be lurking in your wardrobe. I also wore white jeans, and these are Marks and Spencer's again, and they're just called Slim. I don't know if they're still available. I bought these a few years ago. I have them frayed and slightly cropped and a raw edge hem on the bottom, which I believe I gave myself. I think I cut them and caused that hem on purpose. And I added a Viramoda striped lightweight jumper. It was a warm day. That was absolutely perfect for the day, the weather, the temperature. And I actually I really do like tan and white together. I think on this particular day I was wearing the outfit because we were doing Zoom drinks, and so I felt I wanted to dress up a little bit. I added a nice chunky gold bracelet as well. And the bracelet actually came in a Curatura box. If you're interested in Curatura, I'll find a link for you and put it down below so you can get a discount. I hope I can find a link for you. Now I'm going to talk quite a while about this striped sweater because I've ordered it a few times and I've come up with a few looks that I want to share with you. This is Banana Republic a couple of years ago, but I have found a similar one on, well, I did find a similar one on Marks and Spencer's. If it's still available, I'll link it for you down below. A basic, plain, fine knit, striped jumper. There is no fashion statement about this. It's just very plain, not going to date. As long as it's good material, it's going to last for ages. As long as you care for it, it will last for ages. But there's nothing on it that is going to date. That's the key. So it's a very basic but attractive stripy jumper. And I used it very simply, first of all, with my navy joggers. It was a good combination because I've got navy joggers and this has got blue in as well. So I felt the two went really well together. I then wanted to find some other ways of wearing a striped jumper, because just as I put them with the joggers, I could put them with jeans, I could put them with black jeans, I could put them with white jeans, but you're getting the same look basically. So how else to wear a striped sweater? So Pinterest, and I found one where a lady is just very simply wearing it with some light indigo jeans, and I can't see the footwear, it's just light indigo jeans, and she's just got some layered gold necklaces on against the neckline. It's a similar shaped neckline. That's what I was also looking for, to see how to style that neckline and come up with a look. So the next day, following on the joggers, I wore the striped jumper again, but this time I wore it with some straight indigo jeans, and I added a necklace to recreate the image on Pinterest, and it just felt it gave it a different feel really, rather than just wearing it casually. Now hear me out here, because I also tried this jumper with mum jeans. And I know, you in my audience are mixed on these. You're half and half. You all love the straights and the skinnies. You're half and half over the mum jeans. I do feel like, for me, I do need to move in that direction and get used to them, and I've got to find ways of wearing them I feel comfortable in. So I had a look again online, and I actually found that Holly Willoughby, who's got those same Marks and Spencer's light indigo mum jeans that I bought recently, actually is shown wearing them with a striped jumper. So what did I do? Oh, okay, done deal. That's what I will copy. That's what I will try. So I tried the mum jeans. I tried the jumper tucked into the mum jeans. And then I looked further again at the image of Holly Willoughby, and she is wearing a grey coat, and I happen to have a grey coat, so I tried that. I put that over the top. And I actually think the colour combination and the shape of the trousers actually do go really well with the mum jeans and the striped jumper. Really pleased with this. But I was studying it and I was thinking, and this is where you and I have a lesson to learn here. Holly Willoughby's not wearing a belt. And do you know what? It looks better without the belt. And then I thought, is that a thing? Mum jeans and no belt. And so I did some research, and actually, most commonly, mum jeans aren't worn with a belt. So what did I do? Well, obviously I whipped off the belt, tried it again, and actually I do prefer the striped jumper of mine with the mum jeans, without a belt, so the sweater's just tucked in all around, and with or without the jacket, I think it still looked better. Now I do think actually if you're wearing a striped jumper, maybe a horizontal striped jumper, maybe if you can get away without a belt, you don't want a belt because that's just another horizontal stripe. So that's one thing. But even without a stripy top, mum jeans seem to be commonly worn without a belt. So if you've got mum jeans and they do fit you around the waist where they aren't going to fall down, you might want to try to avoid a belt, because that might give you, I'm theorising here, but it might mean that we are more up to date with the trend of mum jeans than our children and grandchildren might believe if we wear them without a belt. Just an idea for you. Don't listen to what I'm saying and treat it as gospel. I'm not a preacher. I'm just someone who's just come across that, seen the proliferation of images out there of mum jeans worn without a belt, and thought, okay, that's probably how we're supposed to wear them. Right, so what else? To finish off the look with the light indigo mum jeans and the striped sweater, I did add white trainers. And I really do think actually without a belt and with the white trainers, it really is a nice spring-like fresh look. Much better than my first image where I'm wearing a navy belt. I think that perhaps just darkened it. I do feel it's a much fresher image without the belt and adding the white trainers. So there you are, my clothes experiments of the week. Hopefully there's a few items there you can replicate and outfits you can replicate, and I'll see you all in another outfit.